Have you ever wondered what made Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Inc., one of the most influential tech entrepreneurs of our time? To understand the man behind the Mac, let's rewind to his early years. Born in San Francisco and adopted by a loving couple from Mountain View, California, Steve Jobs was introduced to the world of technology and engineering at a young age. This was a world that fascinated him, a world that he would eventually help to reshape. His early life was not without challenges, but a certain passion burned within him. A passion for innovation, for changing the status quo, for making a dent in the universe. This passion, as Steve Jobs himself would often stress, fueled his perseverance. Despite numerous obstacles and setbacks, he soldiered on, driven by his love for technology. This passion sparked the beginning of an extraordinary journey. What would you do if you had an idea that could change the world? This was a question that Steve Jobs may have asked himself back in 1976. Nestled in the humble confines of his garage, Jobs, alongside his friend Steve Wozniak, ignited a technological revolution that would shape the future. From this garage, the seed of Apple was planted. It was here, in this unassuming space, that an idea was transformed into a reality. The creation of the first Apple computer was not just an act of assembly. It was an act of innovation. Jobs didn't just follow the trends of the time. He didn't just build another computer. He created something entirely new, something that would pave the way for a digital future we could only dream of. Imagine the audacity of that. To think that you could do something different, something better, to believe that you could change the world. That's the power of innovative thinking. It's a force that propels us forward, that drives us to explore the unexplored, to create the uncreated. It's a force that distinguishes between a leader and a follower. Jobs was a leader. He was an innovator. He looked at the world not for what it was, but for what it could be. The first Apple computer wasn't just a machine. It was a vision of the future, a testament to the power of innovative thinking. Jobs didn't just create a computer. He created a movement. He created a culture. He ignited a spark that set the world ablaze. He showed us that innovation isn't just about creating new things. It's about creating better things. It's about pushing the boundaries of what's possible. It's about challenging the status quo and daring to imagine a different future. His innovative thinking set a new path for technology and made him a leader in the field. He didn't just change the world, he shaped it. And in doing so, he taught us a valuable lesson. Innovation is key. What happens when you face a major setback in your career? For most, it could mean a dead end. But for some, like Steve Jobs, it was the beginning of a new journey. In 1985, Jobs was ousted from Apple, a company he co-founded and nurtured. It was a public and painful setback, a failure in the eyes of many. But Jobs was not one to be deterred by failure. Instead, he drew upon a simple yet powerful lesson. Failure is an opportunity to begin again more intelligently. He didn't see his ouster as the end of the road, but rather as a chance to reassess, reinvent, and restart. And restart, he did. Jobs used this setback as a stepping stone to launch two new ventures. The first was Next, a computer platform development company that was eventually bought by Apple. This brought Jobs back to the company he had co-founded, but this time as the CEO. The second was Pixar, a name that needs no introduction. Today, Pixar stands as a pioneer in the world of animation, having produced some of the most loved and successful animated films of our time. These ventures were not just successful businesses, they were platforms where Jobs could apply his learnings from past failures. His experience at Apple taught him the importance of vision and the pitfalls of hubris. At Next and Pixar, he applied these lessons, leading with humility, fostering innovation, and building teams that were driven by a shared vision. What Jobs teaches us through his journey is that failure is not the end, but rather an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to begin again, this time more intelligently. His story serves as a reminder that even in the face of failure, we can choose to persevere, to innovate, and to create new paths. Jobs turned his failure into an opportunity, proving that setbacks can lead to great comebacks. It's not about the fall, it's about how you rise from it. And Jobs, with his indomitable spirit, rose to heights that are an inspiration for us all. How do you respond when you're given a second chance? Imagine this. It's 1997, and Steve Jobs, after a 12-year hiatus, has returned to Apple. His return was not just a comeback, it was a revolution. He wasted no time in introducing groundbreaking products that would forever change how we interact with technology. The iPod, iPhone, and iPad, these weren't just products, they were transformative experiences, redefining the boundaries of what was possible. But it's crucial to remember that these innovations didn't just emerge out of the blue. They were the result of a lifetime of experiences, of lessons learned, and of dots connected. Jobs once famously said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backward." This was his philosophy, the blueprint he used to shape his future decisions. You see, Jobs didn't just see the future, he leaned into it. He embraced the uncertainty, the unknown, and the potential for failure. He looked at his past experiences, his successes, and his failures, and he connected the dots. He understood that every experience, every challenge, and every failure was a stepping stone towards something greater. Jobs didn't shy away from his past, he embraced it. He knew his previous failures weren't roadblocks, but detours guiding him towards his true path. His return to Apple wasn't just a second chance. It was a testament to his resilience, his determination, and his unwavering belief in innovation. Jobs' approach to life and work teaches us an invaluable lesson about the power of perspective. He showed us that it's not about avoiding failure, but about learning from it. It's about viewing every experience, every setback, and every success as a dot to be connected. It's about leaning into the future, armed with the wisdom of the past. Jobs' return to Apple marked a new era in technology, showing that past failures can lead to future successes. His story is a powerful reminder that it's not just about where we're going, but also about where we've been and how we use those experiences to shape our future. What marks the difference between success and significance? This question leads us to the final chapter of Steve Jobs' life, a period marked by his health struggles and eventual resignation as Apple's CEO. Despite these challenges, Jobs never lost sight of his passion for innovation and his relentless pursuit of what he believed to be great work. As he once said, "Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work." This statement wasn't just a motivational quote for Jobs, it was his guiding principle, his North Star. It drove his every decision, from the creation of the first Apple computer in his garage to the unveiling of the revolutionary iPhone. His unwavering belief in the power of great work was not limited to his own endeavors. Jobs was a visionary who saw the potential in others, pushing them to reach beyond their perceived limits and achieve extraordinary things. He once remarked that he was as proud of the things he hadn't done as the things he had. This was a testament to his ability to prioritize, to say no to 1,000 things, so that he could say yes to the few that truly mattered. Jobs' impact on technology is undeniable. He transformed the way we interact with the world, revolutionizing industries and changing our lives in the process. But his legacy goes far beyond the products he created. Jobs showed us that passion, resilience, and a willingness to learn from failure are the cornerstones of not just a successful career, but a meaningful life. His journey serves as a potent reminder that our time here is limited, that we should not waste it living someone else's life, but rather, we should have the courage to follow our heart and intuition. In the end, Steve Jobs didn't just leave behind a successful company. He left a legacy of innovation, a blueprint for success, and a clear understanding that passion, resilience, and a willingness to learn from failure are key ingredients to a successful life. So, what can we learn from Steve Jobs' extraordinary life? A man of many talents and even more lessons, Steve Jobs' life was nothing short of extraordinary. He taught us that passion fuels perseverance. It's the fire within that keeps us going and helps us weather the storm when times get tough. He showed us that innovation distinguishes between a leader and a follower. It's the courage to push boundaries and break the mold that sets us apart. He also demonstrated that failure is an opportunity to begin again more intelligently. It's not the end, but a chance to learn and grow. He reminded us that you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect them looking backward. And perhaps most importantly, he believed that your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. By embracing these lessons, we can all strive to lead more successful and fulfilling lives.